Alright, hello everybody. Today's final lesson for this whole PowerPoint presentation that I have been showing you is going to be on writing, and the topic for writing is how to write a good summary. Summaries are sometimes a challenging thing to write because they could be too long or too short. You have to make sure that your summaries are short enough just to get straight to the point instead of it being super long to the point that is it even considered a summary anymore? And there could also be the risk of plagiarizing, even though your intentions are not to do so. Sometimes you may think that your work is not plagiarized by any means, but when somebody else is reading it, they could think that you're plagiarizing somebody else's work, or you could be plagiarizing by not giving credit to the author that you have taken their work from to put on your paper. And lastly, as I mentioned, and the first point is summaries have to be short and straight to the point. If they are too elaborated, then it could be a paragraph, not a summary. Moving on to the next slide. Focus on the main idea, because if say the work you're reading is on flowers and you start talking about a dog running around the yard, you're losing the main focus, the main idea of the whole article. You're going to be talking about flowers, probably how they bloom, how they use photosynthesis. But if you're getting off topic and you're talking about something else, then your summary is not going to be the summary of the article, but instead the summary that you may think is correct, but in other words, it's not correct because you're not talking about that certain topic, you're talking about another topic that is not important in the article. So make sure you grasp the idea when you're trying to summarize. Moving on to the next slide. Do not plagiarize, as I mentioned in the first slide of this lesson. Summarizing can sometimes come out as plagiarizing, as I've said before. Be careful when choosing your way of summarizing. Don't pretend it's your own work when it's not. Sometimes you could get lazy. You might think that you're having a bad day. You do not want to do the assignment. You might go on Google, look up the topic of this essay that I'm assigning, and you're not going to want to do it because you're lazy, so you're just going to copy and paste somebody else's work. That is a big no, because if I were to find out or some other teacher were to find out, we're not going to take it very slightly. We're going to take this very seriously, and you can even get expelled, or you can get a type of punishment that is not going to be looking favorable in your school records. So when you're trying to transfer out to college or trying to better yourself in an education field, that's always going to follow you because you plagiarized due to you not wanting to do any of the assignment. Do not plagiarize. Be original. Just don't do it. Moving on to the next slide. In this slide, we're going to be talking about paraphrasing. You may ask yourself, what is paraphrasing? It's going to be you trying to express the author's meaning using different words in order to get a better clarity of the writing. So, select important points of the selected reading and put in your own words. You're going to not copy the author's words because that's going to be a sense of plagiarizing. You're going to try to make your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own words that are going to clarify what you're trying to summarize and trying to get that point through without any type of miscommunication or plagiarizing that's going to be taking part if you decide to go the wrong route of just copying the work of somebody else without any credit or because you just don't feel like doing it. This is not the right route. Make sure you try to follow the steps, and paraphrasing is one of those steps that is going to give you a good summary. I could put right here, paraphrasing it. Put the text in your own words. Avoid copying the text. Rearrange similar texts and ask yourself if you included all the important points. So this thing right here is going to be your little table to guide you through summarizing. Moving on to the next slide. Make a list. Simply write down your ideas, get a pen, pencil, paper, make a list, bullet point it, whatever, number it. Just do it so you can get your points through, so you can get an understanding. So when you summarize, you remember that these are the points that you're going to be talking in your summary when you read the article and you dissect it into your own words, your own ideas, and that's going to help you have a successful summary. Moving on. If you need to review anything in this PowerPoint, any of the lessons that I've discussed so far, go ahead and check these links. There's grammar, literature, and writing. These will take you to the main start of the slides of each lesson that's indicated right here. You need to refresh yourself with thoughts, ideas, want to know how to do something you forgot, anything, help you with the quizzes, the activities. These links are going to take you back to those lessons. So make sure you check them and give yourself all the time you need to review once again. Moving on to the next slide. Alright, then we are at the end of this PowerPoint, and the last lesson, of course, that we've been talking about is writing. Make sure you go ahead and check my website again. There's going to be quizzes, activities, and all these lessons that are going to be due. And of course, the activities, you would have to print them out, do them at home, or get a piece of paper, write down the answers, and bring them to class, because we are going to be discussing this in order for you to get all these lessons, and then hopefully you're going to do well in them as you practice with the help of my website, my videos, and make sure you take the quizzes because they are due in a specific date. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, have a good night. Till the next video.